Alrighty, and we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting Booth Podcast. Just getting everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend going well. Um, in case you've missed it last week, this is going to be the last episode I do for a few weeks. Is I'm going to be going to Europe over the next 2 weeks, and I'm definitely going to be able to bring my podcast stuff with me. And also, I don't know how much consistent how good my hotel Wi-Fi's will be, and also I'm going to be doing activities a lot throughout those days. So, no podcast the next few weeks. Specifically, so week of the 5th there won't be. Week of the 12th there won't be. Hopefully, I could get back around the 19th week or the 26th week. But definitely won't be the next 2 weeks. This will be the last episode for a bit. All right, let's get into it. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting Booth Podcasting. Almost for supporting, very much appreciate it. Let's get right into it. So, today's Immaculate Grid: Red Sox, Pirates, center field move 1 game, Dodgers, Cardinals, and 10 plus homer season. Red Sox, Dodgers. Gagne would fit here. Derek Lowe would fit. Very tempted to go Derek Lowe. Is there anyone else before I submit Derek Lowe? Nomar, I feel like could be up there. Derek Lowe might also be even up there, honestly. Mookie fits. Verdugo would fit. I'm going to go Derek Lowe. 1%, I'm fine with that. Dodgers, Pirates. Go Tony Watson. What else can I go with for Dodgers, Pirates? Lanson, no. I don't think really played a year for the Dodgers. Am I just going Tony Watson? Liriano, no. Garrett Cole, no. I'm gonna go Tony Watson. 2%, we'll take that. Cardinals, Red Sox. We'll see who I could go with for Cardinals, Red Sox. Sonny Gray would fit. Joe Kelly would fit. Oh, John Lester would fit. I'm not sure if he'll be such a common answer. 30%, I'm totally fine with that. Would be common just because like people forget he was with the Cardinals at all. Red Cardinals, Pirates. Cardinals, Pirates. I don't think Rich Hill played for St. Louis. Yeah, no. Dan Heron, no. Woody, I don't believe so. Carpenter, no. Osh. Subban. Well, Suppan played for the Pirates. 1% will take that. Okay. Center fielder that also had a 10 home plus homer season. Andre Dawson. 0.4% will take that. 10 plus homer season Red Sox. Jim Rice. 4% will take that. Pirates 10 plus homer season. Go Stargell, go Bonds, go McCutcheon. Imagine Jason Bay would fit. I doubt. Only had enough power, and we're gonna like. No, that's a fun answer. If it ends up actually being right, wow, he actually did. 1%. I was not expecting Mazeroski to actually fit there. Dodgers field move 1 game. Total rating score is 213. I'm going to keep going. Sean Green. 1%. I will take that. Cardinals center fielder move 1 game. Any chance he also played center? Okay, no. I know he played outfield at a certain point for a little bit, but it's not center field. Just thought it'd be a fun guess in case. Oh, Dexter Fowler. 3% will take that. Total rating score is 213. Top answers for each category. For Red Sox, Dodgers, 21% is Mookie Betts. For Pirates, Dodgers at 9% is Marcel Martin. For Dodgers, center field move 1 game at 9% is Andy Pages. Cardinals, Red Sox at 8% is Edgar Renteria. Cardinals, Pirates, 23% is Andy Van Slyke. I did not know he even played for the Cardinals. And Cardinals, center field move 1 game at 18% is Jim Edmonds. 10 plus homer season batting for the Red Sox at 9% is David Ortiz. Pirates 10 plus homer season batting at 7% is Willie Stargell, and center field move 1 game 10 plus homer season batting at 5% is Ken Griffey Jr. All right, let's switch over to daily walk-off. This is going to be interesting. So it's righty versus lefty theme. The categories are strikeouts and saves for right-handed and left-handed pitching. I'm doing the Marlins and the Cardinals. Scott Olsen, Mike Dunn, Jim Johnson, Steve Cishek, AJ Puk, Jesus Lazardo, Juan Carlos Oviedo, Don Charles Willis, Sandy Alcantara, Rick Lee Narasco, Taylor Tankersley, and Rob Nen. So I know Nen and Lazardo I could swap. Puck and Nolasco I could swap. Dunn and Sandy I can swap. Nolasco. Let's submit that. Let's say that's that. And that is that. Let's see where this gets me. Okay, so actually, even got a full row correct. So left-handed saves is fully correct. Now the categories I just have to swap. So Josh Johnson's going to be a righty starter because I know he's a righty. Yep. Let's try that. And flip Olsen and Oviedo. And now fully correct. So in with a walk-off double. So full correct answers for the Marlins. Franchise top 5 starting pitching strikeouts by right-hander Ricky Nolasco, Sandy Alcantara, Josh Johnson. Top 5 saves for right-hander franchise history: Rob Nen, Juan Carlos Oviedo, and Steve Cishek. Left-handed strikeouts top 5 in Marlins history: Hazel Lazardo, Don Charles, Scott Olsen. And left-handed saves top 5 for Marlins: Mike Dunn, Taylor Tankersley, and AJ Puk. And for the Cardinals, same category, just different players: Bill Schertle, Bob Forsch, Joe Warner, Al Brazel, Jason Isringhausen, Todd Worrell, Steve Carlton, Bob Gibson, Chris Carpenter, Bill Hallahan, Lee Smith, Ken Daly. So I know Lee Smith is for sure. Let me at least put righties that I know for sure righties. I don't know if Forsch is for sure, but I have this gut feeling. Honestly, let's submit. I think at least oh, wow. I can literally be a walk of double. I got the righties fully correct, and the lefties, I literally split them all correct. It just had to flip strikeouts and saves for Cardinals lefties, and now fully correct. So, with the walk-off doubles, no full correct answers for the Cardinals. Franchise top 5 in strikeouts for right-handed pitching, Bob Gibson, Chris Carpenter, Bob Forsch. Franchise top 5 in saves for right-handed pitching, Lee Smith, Jason Isringhausen, Todd Worrell. Left-handed pitcher strikeouts top 5 in Cardinals history, Steve Carlton, Bill Shirtle, Bill Hallahan. And franchise top 5 in saves for left-handed pitching, Ken Daly, Al Brazel, and Joe Horner. And then for Statpad game, this category is games play games. Which this should be interesting because games is like hard to predict a stat. So we have Cardinals 2020-25 played shortstop, could be primary or secondary. 2025 AL who got Rookie of the Year votes. 2000 MLB player who was awarded Hall of Fame in his career. 2025 NL who got NL Rookie of the Year votes that year. And 2000 to 2025 Rays first base. So shortstops that come to mind. Edgar Renteria would be that era. Paul DeYoung would be that era. Mason Wynn would be that time. Furcal would be that time. But I have like no idea who for sure. There's also a chance it's like someone I'm not think of. If I had to throw a guess, I'm going to say Paul DeYoung. If I can at least get 90s, I'll take it. Wow, I ended up getting the top answer for Cardinals in 2019. David Eckstein. I forgot about David Eckstein. Johnny Peralta. Really? Edgar Renteria was up there, so okay, at least I had someone up there. And Johnny Peralta twice on this list. Interesting. Eckstein's not as crazy. I just didn't think about him. Johnny Peralta, I would not have thought about. But Edgar Renteria, honestly, I wasn't even expecting to get top, so I'm good with that. Target score, by the way, is 474. So we'll see how we do. You know what? We'll do Rays first baseman. So first baseman in this era, Carlos Pena comes to mind. Yandy Diaz comes to mind. I know Yandy Diaz won a couple of batting titles, so that might help the case that he would be up there. I think Aubrey Huff would have been maybe first base also this time. James Loney. Honestly, because he won the batting title, and I feel like those tend to be players that play more in season, I'm going to go Yandy Diaz. Not even close in the 80s. Aubrey Huff, oddly enough, was someone in the top. Pena was also in the top. McGriff, I forgot about. James Loney, and then Aubrey Huff again. Okay, I mean, A's is not horrible, but not great. 2000 Hall of Famer or any time of his career in the 2000 season. Ichiro could fit. No, Ichiro would not fit, actually. Orioles, Cal would fit, but that's also after the streak ended, so I don't know if he was as consistently playing or not after the streak ended. Red Sox, I don't know if there would have been really anyone Red Sox. Yankees, Jeter maybe. Rays, I don't think there would be anyone. Blue Jays, I don't think there would be anyone. That's after Joe Carter. White Sox, maybe Frank Thomas, but I think he was already starting to get injuries at that point. Cleveland, Manny, Tomey. Well, Manny might have even been Red Sox at that point. Tomey would be Hall of Fame. Jeter would be Hall of Fame. Cal would be Hall of Fame. Royals, Beltran. I'm not sure if he debuted at that point or not. Twins. I don't think there's anyone Twins. Astros. Bagwell and Biggio, but I don't know about them much. Angels wouldn't be anyone. Vlad Guerrero Sr. someone I could also consider if thinking of teams ahead. A's. No. Mariners, Griffey. No, he was already out of Cincinnati at that point. They didn't have any Hall of Famers. I don't think. Oh well, Randy Johnson was also on the point, so they don't have anyone. Rangers. Pudge might have still been there at that point. I think he was, so that could be eligible. Any Braves would be Chipper Jones or Andrew Jones. Did Andrew get in? Am I bugging? Cancel because I hate do that to me. I'm forgetting if Andrew Jones got in or not. I think he did. Yeah, he did. So Andrew Jones, I could go. Marlins, I don't think they really had anyone at that time. That's before they got Pudge. Mets, no. Piazza. Phillies, no. Expos would be Vlad. Cubs, no one. Reds, Griffey, but I think he's already starting to be injured at that point. Brewers, no one. Pirates, no one. Cardinals, Pujols. No, Pujols debuted the following year. Diamondbacks, Randy. Rockies, Larry Walker, Todd Helton. Dodgers, no one. Well, they're no even got any. No. Padres, Gwynn. There's part of me that's saying go Ripken, but I'm just like wondering, was he as fudge it? He's an Iron Man. If I go down with this pick, so be it. Yeah, it was a bad pick. Andrew Jones. Interesting. I don't know. That was a rough pick. Okay, 2025 AL. So rookie of the year was Nick Kurtz. So Nick Kurtz could be in there. Langeliers could be in there. I mean, like, I feel like the category given voted for intent might mean it's not who won rookie of the year. I feel like Kurtz wouldn't necessarily be a bad answer. Langeliers is definitely in the votes. Let me refresh my memory of. Stop. Jacob Wilson, Roman Anthony. You know what? I'm going to go Nick Kurtz. And if it ends up being not so great, so be it. Not that great at all. Cam Smith. I mean, I guess it makes sense because he was up there pretty early, but Cam Smith, not who was on my thinking process. Huh. I mean, I already passed target score, but this is definitely not a great day for me. NL Rookie of the Year. Who won NL Rookie of the Year? Drake Baldwin. Honestly, because they didn't really use much other catchers besides him that year. And not great either. Augustin Ramirez. Yeah, not my greatest day for a Statpad game. Not a great day. So, yeah. So we're just going to kind of forget about that. That did not go so great. Okay. Also, I was at Tigers Yankees on Monday. I was at Cubs Mets on Thursday. It was nice to be back in America for the first time in a few years. I think it's a pretty nice ballpark. It turns out Little Caesars is actually a lot closer to Comerica Park than I initially thought. I thought it was like a different walkway area completely. But this time I stayed in a different place than I did last time. It turns out, nope, it's on an opposite corner from Comerica Park than Ford Field. So it actually turns out it's a lot closer than I initially thought to Comerica Park, Little Caesars Arena, where the Pistons and Red Wings play. But that was a nice game. I had more ABS challenges between these two games this week, way more than the Marlins Reds game. There's like 6 in both games. Both teams right now have challenges, I think, in both games. So I also learned something new in baseball that I wonder if anyone else here knew about. And if you did, I want you to say so in the comment section or live chat below. Now, so the Yankees-Tigers game, pitch called, I forget if it was called a ball or strike. The Yankees challenge it, call stands. However, and the Tigers are at the plate, Yankees pitching. However, the Tigers decided to challenge to say that it was catcher's interference. And indeed, it was catcher's interference. But because it was on the same pitch as the ABS challenge that failed, which the interference cancels out the pitch basically, the Yankees got back that challenge and still had one challenge remaining, though they ended up losing it later in the game. And yet ended up being, they needed that challenge because the strike 3 that ended the game was horrifically out of the zone. Like, really missed by the umpire. Like, had the Yankees had ABS challenge that game, I probably would have been there a lot longer, good amount longer than I actually was. But that's another story for its own. And then Cubs-Mets, that was a crazy game. Cubs put up 3 runs in the 6th. Like, okay. Mets ended up tying. They had chance after chance after chance after chance after chance to try to take the lead, and they just were win, and they blew it and blew it and blew it and blew it and blew it. And Cubs took the lead in the top 10th, and the rest was history. And oddly enough, literally the next day is when the Mets fired Carlos Mendoza. So, yeah, but probably not going to be a sports game for a while after this, or even WE stuff, partly because of Europe trip and also like running into time. It's not great to be on the sports events, but that's another story. All right, let's dive into it. So this week's weekly recap. So general notes I found out from Tigers Twitter before Monday. I'm not including Monday's games, but I wanted to include this. So both these stats are through Monday. Dylan Dingler had 18 home runs and 55 RBIs. The last Tiger player to reach both those numbers by his 70th game played in a season was 2013 Miguel Cabrera, who won MVP with 19 home runs and 71 RBIs, part of his back-to-back MVP wins, which is very elite territory to be a part of. But as if that's not tied territory enough, also through that day, led MLB with 33 two-out RBIs this season. He's one of 4 Tigers in the last 50 years to exceed 32 out RBIs before the All-Star break, joining 2013 Miguel Cabrera's 37, 2013 Prince Fielder's 34, and 1993 Mickey Telton's 34. Also another part of pretty elite company in Tigers history. So now, starting the actual notes, starting with June 24th. Cubs beat the Mets in both games doubleheader, 10-3 in Game 1 and 10-5 in Game 2. From Game 1, Dansby Swanson's 4 RBIs on Tuesday and 7 in the Game 1 of the doubleheader marks 11 RBIs in 2 games, which is tied for the third most RBIs in a 2-game span in Cubs history since 1920, behind 2002 Sammy Sosa's 14 and 1987 Andre Dawson's 12, and tied with 1987 Keith Moreland. His 3-run homer in the game, makes him the third Cubs player to hit a grand slam and 3-run homer in the same game in Cubs history since 1976, joining 2019 Schwarber and 2009 Carlos Lee. And then from Game 2, his 4 RBI game is the third straight 4+ RBI game, tied for longest streak since 1920 and first Cub to do so, tied with 2013 Chris Davis, 2008 Cody Ross, and 2006 Travis Hafner, 2000 Albert Bell, 1997 Dante Bichette, 1995 Jay Buhner, 1962 Hardman Killebrew, and 1930 and 31 Lou Gehrig. The streak did not extend the next day. He didn't do anything in the Thursday game. 4 yards also marks 15 RBIs in the series. Didn't have more on Thursday. tied with 1923 Kiki Kyler in a 5-game series for most RBIs in a series of any length by a couple of players since 1920. It is also the 18th time a player with 15 plus RBIs in a series since 1920. 12 of those in a series of 4 games or less since 1981. Joined 2016 Danny Espinosa and 2008 Cody Ross. And a note from both games, he and both games combined a grand slam homer, a 3-run homer, a triple stolen base, and 10 plus runs. Since 1920, no other MLB player has done more than 3 of those 5 feats in the same day. His 11 RBIs between the 2 games is tied for the most second most RBIs, but in a doubleheader in MLB history since 1920, behind September 7th, 1993 and August 1st, 1972, Nate Colbert, 13, and tied with July 6, 1966, Boog Powell, April 13th, 1944, Phil Weintraub, July 4th, 1939, Jim Traber, September 17th, 1930, Earl Averill, July 6th, 1929, Jim Bomley, and September 2nd, 1925, Irish Musial. Guardians beat the White Sox 4-3 in 10 innings. Brady Montgomery's home run in the 9th. He's the 3rd player in White Sox history to hit each of his first 2 career homers in the 8th inning or later, joining Jordan Dings and Jorge Orta. Angels beat the Orioles 7-6 in 10 innings. Sammy Basallos 2-homer game at 21 years and 315 days old makes him the 7th catcher that young with a multi-homer games playing catcher since 1920, joining 2023 Francisco Alvarez 3 times, 2004 Joe Mauer, 1977 Dale Murphy, 1976 Butch Weiniger, 1963 Bill Freehan 2 times, 1947 Hank Ruskowski, and 1927 Shanty Hogan. Pirates beat the Mariners 11-1. Braxton Ashcraft. I'm pretty sure it's Braxton or Ashcraft. 10 strikeouts and 0 walks. Face him now with 2 games with 10 plus strikeouts and 0 walks this season. The first Pirates pitcher since 1900 to do so. Tied for most such games in the career for the Pirates in that span with Paul Skeens, Garrett Cole, and Bob Veal. Yankees beat the Tigers 4-2. Goldschmidt's leadoff homer on the 5th pitch of the game at 38 years and 287 days old makes him the oldest Yankee with a leadoff homer in Yankees history, older than May 9th, 12th, and 18th, 2026. Goldschmidt, 38 years, 250, 244, and 241 days old. And August 21st, 2012, Derek Jeter, 38 years, 156 days old. There's 2 over game overall at the leadoff spot, makes him the 5th oldest to do so since 1900, behind May 25th, 1991, Brian Downing, 40 years, 228 days old. April 7th and August 15th, 1999, Ricky Henderson, 40 years, 172 days, 103 days old. June 9th and September 19th, 1983, Joe Morgan, 39 years, birthday, and 263 days old. And October 2nd, 2004, and May 12th, 2005, Craig Biggio's 38 years, 293 days, and 39 years, and 149 days old. Leadoff homer start the game is his 4th this season, which is 4th most for 38-year-old or older since 1900, behind 2004 and 2006, Craig Biggio 7 and 6, and 1991, Brian Downing's 5. Giants beat the A's 2-1. Victor Berricoto's walk-off solo home run in the 9th and outfield assist in the game makes him the first player with a walk-off homer and outfield assist in the same game since May 12th, 2023, Brent Rooker. And the 3rd San Francisco Giants to do it since 1976, joining July 24th, 2003, Barry Bonds, and September 4th, 1981, Jack Clark. That's it for June 24th. For June 25th, Rays beat the Royals 13-2. Junior Cameron 3-homer game and 8 1/3 combined no-hit innings pitched between Casey Lagumina, Ian Seymour, and Craig Kimbrell, who gave up the homer to break up the no-hitter for bid. Makes the Rays the 2nd team since 1961 who have both in the same game during June 27th, 2025 Cincinnati Reds. A's beat the Giants 9-6. Victor Berricoto's 2-run homer in the 6th and outfield assist makes him the first Giant rookie to do both in the same game in consecutive games since 1900. Also makes him the 4th player and 7th time in Giants history since 1900 to do so in consecutive games, joining 1953 Dusty Rhodes, 1930, 31, and 32 and 42 Mel Ott, and 1909 Moose McCormick. Phillies beat the Nationals 10-5. Bryce Harper's go-ahead two-run homer in the ninth tonight. Derek Hill's go-ahead two-run homer in the ninth yesterday on the 24th. And then and Bryson Stott's go-ahead three-run homer in the ninth on the 23rd makes Phillies the first team in MLB history to have hit go-ahead homers in the ninth inning of 3 straight games. Rangers beat the Blue Jays 6-5. Jock Peterson's leadoff homer on 11th pitch of the at-bat is his most pitches in at-bat playoff play appearance, ending with a leadoff homer since June 2nd, 2022. Matt Carpenter off Shohei Ohtani, 11 pitches too. Red Sox beat the Yankees at 6-3. Cam Schlittler's 1.62 ERA is the second lowest ERA by a Yankees pitcher in his first 17 starts of the season since 1913, behind 1914 Ray Caldwell 1.60. I'm also realizing 25th was not Friday. That was a Thursday, but all right. For the 26th, that's it for the 25th. For the 26th, Reds beat the Pirates 6-4. Connor Griffin's leadoff homer in the first at 20 years and 63 years old. Basically, the fifth youngest player with leadoff homer in MLB history, younger than September 28th, 1958. Lou Klimchak, 18 years, 348 days old. May 1st, 1940, Bob Kennedy, 19 years, 257 days old. September 13th, 1951, Mickey Mantle, 19 years, 328 days old. And July 16th, 1940, Subi Sisti, 19 years, 356 days old. And older than May 26th, 2013, Turkson Profor, 20 years, 95 days old. Rays beat the Diamondbacks 6-1. Corbin Carroll's triple in the first is his 53rd career triple, which is most in Diamondbacks history. White Sox hammered the Royals 22-1. The runs for the White Sox is tied for the second most in White Sox history in a game behind April 23rd, 1955-29, and tied with May 31st, 1970. Miguel Vargas, Tristan Peters, which was a 6 RBI game, and Jacob Gonzalez, all having a 5+ RBI game, marks the second time the White Sox have had 3 players with 5+ RBIs in the same game since 1920, joining April 23rd, 1955, Trevor Mueller, Minnie Minoso, and Bob Neiman. Peters and Gonzalez 5 RBI games in their 80th career game or earlier, making the second duo to do so since 1920, joining June 23rd, 1933, Colorado Rockies versus the Reds, Vinny Castillo and Danny Schaefer. Brewers beat the Cubs 6-2. Jay Mrazowski's 1.45 ERA in the first 16 starts of the season is the third lowest ERA in the first 16 starts of the season since 1976. In 1981, Nolan Ryan's 1.29 and 2025, Trevor Rogers 1.43. That's it for June 26th. And for June 27th, no notes on today's games. By the way, those won't, like I said, I won't cover them more likely just because I'll be gone. White Sox beat the Royals 2-1. Marks 10-game home win streak for the White Sox, which is franchise record. Rays beat the Diamondbacks 4-2. Junior Cameron Arrow solo homer in the first, marks 6 homers in the last 5 games, which is tied for most in 5-game span in Rays history, tied with 2009 and 2010 Carlos Pena. Dodgers beat the Padres 10-3. They're 9-run 6 is Dodgers' third time this season, which they've done so, tied for second most in the season in Dodgers history, behind 1940 and 1894, and tied with 1952 and 53, 1949, 1893, and 1897. Giants beat the Braves 5-0. Logan Webb, 7 innings pitched, 0 runs earned runs, marked 38 innings pitched and 3 earned runs this month. He's just the third Giants pitcher since 1920 to do so in a calendar month, joining May 2005 Noah Lowry and July 1933 Carl Hubble. Marked 77.71 ERA this month is the 6th lowest ERA in a calendar month, one of the 5 starts in Giants history since 1912, behind September 6, 1960 Freddie Shupp 0.30, July 1933 Hubble's 0.39, September 1912 Jeff Testro 0.63, September 1960 Paul Parrott 0.68, and August 2005 Noah Lowry's 0.69. The innings pitched and runs/earned runs allowed also makes him the first Giants pitcher to go 7+ innings and allow 2 runs or less, 5 or more consecutive starts since 2013. Madison Bumgarner's 6th straight. As it for the notes part of this week, for the recap, standings update, not including today's games. Rays in first place at 47 in the AL East. Rays in first place at 47-33, followed by 48-34 Yankees, followed by 39-44 Blue Jays, followed by 39-45 Orioles, followed by 35-46 Red Sox. In the AL Central, the White Sox in first place at 43-38, followed by the 43-38 Guardians, followed by the 39-45 Twins, followed by the 35-48 Tigers, followed by the 34-50 Royals. In the AL West, the Mariners in first place at 42-42, followed by the 41-42 A's, followed by the 41-44 Astros, followed by the 40-43 Rangers, followed by the 35-49 Angels. In the NL East, the Braves in first place at 49-32, followed by the 46-37 Phillies, followed by the 44-39 Marlins, followed by the 42-42 Nationals, followed by the 35-48 Mets. In the NL Central, the Brewers in first place at 50-3, followed by the 45-38 Cubs, followed by the 42-38 Cardinals, followed by the 41-42 Pirates, followed by the 39-42 Reds. And in the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 53-30, followed by the 43-38 Padres, followed by the 41-41 Diamondbacks, followed by the 44-48 Giants, followed by the 33-50 Rockies. Just one moment. And now, as for today's games currently going on, and those have gone final. Well, most have gone final, actually. Games currently going on. Giants beating the Braves 3-2 top 9. Dodgers beating the Padres 4-2 mid-7. And Red Sox and Yankees going to be starting soon. Carlos Rodon against Sonny Gray. Games that have gone final. Nationals beat the Orioles 6-4. Pirates beat the Reds 9-4. Rangers beat the Blue Jays 3-2. Astros beat the Tigers 7-5 and 10. Guardians beat the Mariners 6-5. Rays beat the Diamondbacks 5-1. Phillies beat the Mets 5-4. Twins beat the Rockies 3-2. Royals beat the White Sox 5-4. Cubs beat the Brewers 4-3 in 10 innings. Cardinals beat the Marlins 2-1. And Angels beat the A's 4-1. That's it for this week's episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching, listening. If you're new, do leave a like and subscribe, and please let you know when I live in a posting video. If you're new audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, and in case for someone who got posted there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And I'll see you the next time I go live, probably in a few weeks. Bye bye.